it was okay. She learned that she learned that hers was one of 400 submissions. The judges told her that it was very tough to decide it, but she should try again. So Mary not only lost her money in contest fee, art martial, shipping, framing, and photography, she also lost her time, a resource that will never be restored. So this is the very negative for the artist itself that I told you before. All right, let's do the quick math. So there's 400 for example, there's 400 contestants. You could multiply with $35. So there's $40,000 per month. So there's 168,000 per year. So how is it possible for art judges to carefully critique 400 monthly art submission? That's 4,800 critiques each year. Art contest promoters have a strong incentive to accept unlimited pay submission, and they're accountable to no one. They're until vulnerable artists learn how to gain a real recognition by selling their art, they keep falling prey to predatory art contest organizer. All right, let's move to my next argument. There's nothing prestigious about being played in the art world. So organizer knows that artist seeks validation, so they're playing the prestige card. If you want a blue ribbon, buy yourself one. Prestige is not a product of allowing yourself to be manipulated. These prestigious contests feature expensive destinations, but they often exist only online. So art contests only serve to pit artists against one another, and it's not like a sport contest when you win or lose according to the explicit rules of the game. But art contest is entirely subjective. Okay, I emphasize one: art is entirely subjective. Who wins and who loses an art contest hangs upon personal tastes and hidden agenda. So they are biased, or there's a hidden agenda and they're biased. Success comes from serving a target market and competing for their time and attention. You don't get success by participating in petty competition with your peers. So here, the artist itself is truly don't have anything that good for them, because they are wasting their time and also their money, their resources, and etc. And my fourth argument is art contest will kill the artist's confidence. Persist without applying the to peril, so many artists buy into false notation and never giving up. But if the fans or this manipulation data make them lost, and even though the artist stuff is really good, but because of this bias and subjective, they already done, and they already down in the future, they won't have a great artwork again. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the speech. The Prime Minister spent 7 minutes and 36 seconds to respond to the case. We call the leader of opposition for Marifah.
Okay, let me start in 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much for the time. I am the first speaker of opening opposition. Here, the opening government said before, they talk about the artwork of the Swedish because the chat is subjectively and then it's losing money and something else. Okay. As we know, in artwork, the judge is not person who is taking from another kind of people and then take you are as judge, you are judge. No, but all of the judge is mastering are mastering at this art award. I mean, they can see so many point of view that has to see the value inside the art that is created by the artist. So it means because judge have to capable it, we cannot say it is subjectively. As we know, in art award also of especially of course there will be more than one judge to take to see the value inside the art. So we cannot say that it is subjectively, and sometimes some artwork also can be accessed in internet or YouTube or something else that many people can see the value inside the art. So we cannot say it is subjectively. And she's talk about losing money because so there are a lot of money that is supporting this artwork. Every single art as art is the skill and it's really needed to be appreciated. I think it is the same price they deserve to get it. They deserve because it's not there has no people. I mean there is not just a few people can do can that have the skill to make this art. So we can say the government has to support this or the some of coin penny they deserve to get it because it is the same price as their art. Okay. It is connected with my argument. Let me tell you. Here I have two arguments. That is the reason why government has to make artwork. The first is as the appreciation. Okay, like it is connected with your argument before. It appreciation of this to because the same price as their art. And competition is one of way that can influence society to battle, to rebuild, to improve their skill. If there is no competition and then there is no award in when artists create their creation, there is no progressing in their skill, and skill because of it, a skill of art needed to be appreciated. And as you know, because art has no limitation, it is connected with the human right. Every people has their own chance to be appreciated, especially this art. It is the skill.
Sorry, ma'am.
No, thank you. That has to be respected. And it support other people. It's not only from the artist who create this one. It also can influence and support the other people to make a better creativity, to make a new better situation, to make a better graduation. Sorry, to make a better um to make a better situation, to make a better generation to continue this kind of creating art. So that's why art award is really needed. And in Indonesia, there has many competition that is applied to respect, to appreciate art, especially in music, like Voice Kid, Indonesia Idol, and so on. There has many creator, and there has many new generation that has new skill that need to be shown in the world, to be shown in the public, and people can know it. This also influence young. Sorry. No thanks. It influence other people to do hard work. Because appreciate sometimes it's not only the material. It's we let's talk about appreciation. It's not only about material, but also supporting system. A word. The thing that we discuss is appreciate the material, because you say that losing money. No, this is the proof that the government also supporting their creativity. It support their mental health to make make a new creation, to make new art. So it's not all. Let's see from some point of view. It's not only about talking about material. And then, in a second, the art award also can influence society to recognize their country, or because people can know the value behind of art. Like the example, there are many kind of art, especially in picture or in art exhibition, showing exhibition, showing some their creation. And then inside one creation there has the artist, there has many value inside, such artistic, moral, historical, and something else. So influence very mentally to make a better situation. They can learn from the historical of art. They can let's take the example Indonesia. There has the art exhibition that that show when the war in Indonesia. You know, it inside of that picture, it has a lot of historical why Indonesia, the building of Indonesia become like this, and then the condition of war become like this. So this is the reason why it can influence the people to recognize their country, and it can be as their measurement to know the historical, and to make a better situation. It's not only about the person, the committee of art award. It also can bring to the past and to so many kind of historical that we can learn. So that's the reason I strongly disagree about this motion. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the speech. The leader of opposition spent 6 minutes and 58 seconds. To respond the case, we call the Deputy Prime Minister. Fatma, time is yours.
Before I start, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Thank you very much. I'm gonna start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this house would abolish art award because we see that what it brings, the harm that it brings, is outweigh the benefit that it has. And ladies and gentlemen, here's my explanation. After this, I'm going to explain that, but before that, a few rebuttals. So, ladies and gentlemen, my rebuttals is that for the leader of opposition is that art needs to be appreciated. They said, of course, but we're talking about words here. Well, selling your art is not the same as receiving words. They're completely two different things. And ladies and gentlemen, appreciation for real artists will come from the real audience that listen and enjoy. That's the meaning of that's the way to appreciate the content of this artist, ladies and gentlemen. What happened on that side of the house is that art is no longer being enjoyed as the way it used to be, and we think that it is bad because it reinforced other sub issues problem like capitalism and also decrease the value of the art itself. I'm going to explain that in my speech later. But secondly, they also say that awards and competition like competition happen, but we think that award and competitions are two separate things. We of course support competition, but competition happen naturally in everyday life. Are you competing in this debate because of the words or because of the satisfaction from self-actualization? The answer is of course because of self-actualization, right? And in day-to-day life, kids play and compete against his friends not because of the words or appreciation, but because of the play itself. So, ladies and gentlemen, the fear that they have and also bring in their speech just now is baseless, and we think we should not take that into consideration, and that's why they should lose the debate. And also, they also talk about something like it will like art award will reinforce creativity. We think that's really wrong, ladies and gentlemen, because art award, on the other hand, it distract the stream and also the chance for new artists to go into the new market, because these top artists that has been given the award and also the title as the best artist of the year is going to be flooded all around the internet, and that's why it will be very difficult for the new artists to go into the market. And that's why we think that is what kills the creativity and the pure creativity, the true meaning of the creativity itself, ladies and gentlemen, because all of it addresses by the money and the orientation shifting before due to the art itself to the money orientation. We think that's bad because it reinforces capitalism. So why is it bad if it reinforces the capitalism that first it prioritize money, right? So if they want to if they want to produce an art, they will say like, how can I make money out of this? And also this is bad because it the right that we are defending here is the right of the artist itself.
because we think that if they are forced to like make money so that everything become number rather than the value of the art itself, it will contribute to the capitalism in which I agree, all of us here agree that we should not reinforce capitalism to begin with. And also capitalism will also destruct relationship because everything will be about money rather than the chance and also the relationship itself, ladies and gentlemen. And also it will also contribute because of it will contribute to the human exploitation in which in this case it's the artist itself, ladies and gentlemen. We think that human exploitation is really bad, and that is what exactly happened if we keep doing and keep conducting this art award, ladies and gentlemen. It will shift the focus of the artist on expressing the art and also the feeling of that artist to become money machine. We think this is immoral, and that's why we really agree that we should abolish art award. For example, Van Gogh painting in his time weren't appreciated that much, right? So, but at that time, it makes Van Gogh the biggest artist, the biggest artist to not lose money because he cannot compete with the capitalism itself, ladies and gentlemen. This with the existence of art award, it will be bad for those artists just like Van Gogh that cannot compete in the market and also cannot compete cannot win the title of the most sold album of the year, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we think it decreased the value of the art and also the artist itself. Secondly, it also boosts the theft and also damage creativity, ladies and gentlemen, because if we put the label that this is like the best art of the year, it will boost the theft, and also people who doesn't really appreciate the art itself will try to steal it because it is labeled from this organization as something that is the best of the year in this country, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we want to avoid in this side of in our side of the house. And also it will create big tendency of artists to be dictated by the manager in creating the music, thus reducing the value of the art itself. Manager and the team have goal and deadline, and this is what this the result will be that the artist will be exploited. They will lose like the time to sleep, and also it will be human exploitation, ladies and gentlemen. And also diversity won't happen under that side of the house because new artists will follow the most like kind of the market right now, and artists become the slave of this system, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we want to avoid, ladies and gentlemen, because there is this formula that the most like song right now is this one, and it becomes the formula so that the next artist will follow this formula, and we think that it will damage the entirety of the art itself, ladies and gentlemen, and it is really bad from the artist because they become the slave of this damage system. And also the result of the award can be manipulated, just like what my previous speaker said, that the vote organization can be manipulated. That's why it doesn't represent the best artist of the year, ladies and gentlemen. And also, ladies and gentlemen, art contest organizers are accountable to no one. And also people can learn from movies, short story, etc. Yes, of course, they also said that the government team said that, but writers always write. Filmmakers always make movies regardless of whether there is award or not. Even this tradition of giving award is fairly new, ladies and gentlemen. That's why all of the reason we proudly propose.
Thank you for the speech. The Deputy Prime Minister spent 7 minutes and 24 seconds. First, for the case, we call the Deputy Leader of Opposition. Rolly, time is yours.
Dengar, Mak. Let me start in 3, 2, 1. Yes, here I'm the second speaker of opening opposition. Here I'm disagree with human exploitation as said by the government. Yeah, if we talk about
artists and award. Yes, artists they will have a feeling appreciation when they get award. When artists would like to get this feeling, the satisfaction, they will not feel that they get a human exploitation that done by the industry or music industry or the uh, by the manager and etc. Yes, how these artists can get the market widely. Yeah, they have to have a level. They have a class of what the market need. Yes, if what they do, what the creation from the artist not be market didn't dislike them. So of course, their creation will not reach widely to the market. So if the artists really want to share their creation, share their value to the market and society, so forth, they have effort to be better artists, to show what the creation what they did. Yes, if yes, uh, this effort can be parameter for them. If be parameter for them as artists, how their creation is it good or not here. Okay, to prove it, I have 2 points. Okay, for the first, this is about the influence. The artist can influence other when their creation when many people recognize them, and then this creation it make a big impact for people. Yes, when this creation make a big impact for people, so of course another artist who who want to make who want to make uh, who want to make other impact to others, they would like to do this too. When yes, this artist who gets award, so of course it means they are capable on this class. They have quality, and this quality is done is they get it by their effort for many hours.
Yeah, I mean.
No. Yes, after getting this award, they will influence another artist to make effort more and more and more to prove their creation to prove their creation to the society too. Yes, as said in Kompas, uh, as report by Kompas, Ahmad Nusyirwan, he is a painter from Indonesia who just got UOB for painting of the year. So after that, after this report, many many painters show up their creation on the internet and another media. Yes, here we can say that uh, this award will be the parameter for another artist to make to make their creation is it can be published, or is it good for publication like that. Yes, we hear, so we can say that we totally support uh, to support artists to get award. Yes, secondly, yes, after getting award, so of course it means the artists already have a high value. Yes, when they get
Yeah, I
this,
mean.
no, when they get award, after that they get another job, it will show them that they have high class. So when they get another job, they will get more price. Yes, uh, yes, this they get because the effort they done before, not only in the time they exactly to get the award. Yes, uh, they require to get pay more to support them to fulfill that they want what they need to need what they need to support their creativity in another time. Yes, as we can see, after Agnes Monica getting award in Panasonic Gopel Award as best solo, after that they get a high price, high value. Yes, high value after this award, because people know that Agnes Monica here is the best solo singer, and it will make Agnes Monica, it can help Agnes Monica to improve their economic and another sector that help her. Okay, here we can say that award here can help people, help artists and other people to improve their economic and improve their improve their economic life. Okay, here we disagree about this motion. Thank you.
Thank you for the speech. The deputy leader of opposition spent 6 minutes and 31 seconds. To respond to case, we call the government member. First, Dian, time is yours.
Thank you very much, my LO committee and educator, for the opportunity that you given to me to speak here, and as well as my opponent. And before I'm going to argument, I have to difference and distinguish what is the difference debate between the closing and opening debate. The opening debate, well, actually only talking about the artist and what is the impact about the art award, what is not given and it give to the artist, but they are not talking about how to abolish them and what is the solution when we try to abolish the art award. So that is the difference. In this debate, I would like to deliver how's the solutions when we are trying to abolish them and how do we abolish them. That's the first dear educator. And then before jump to my arguments, I would like to clarify first my government teams that my first and second speaker talking about validations, that is there are so many votings could not be really incredibly can be seen by the publics, and then they are talking about the Grammy Awards, Oscars, and then the art contest. I would like to clarify the art contest difference to the art award. The art contest means that we are making an artist, but art award is to appreciate some performance by that artist. That's the first, and then I have some rebuttals here for the first speaker and the second speaker of the opponent teams. The first speaker of the opening team talking about the art award, judge artwork from every point of view, but we didn't understand about who is voters in that cases. We forgot who is involved. Who is involved? The first involvement is an artist, and then the second is judges, which is making by the artists before, and then they got educated by, for example, Oscar Academics Awards, and they only voting for some field. For example, if artist, of course, it voted by an actor. If director, they voted by the director, and editor, they voted by the editor. So we forgot that we are only talking about artists, but how about editor and director too? That's the first point. And the second argument that she thought about me is need to be appreciated. Well, as we know, dear judges and ladies and gentlemen, the appreciation is not only about the symbol and the award that you got in that times. For example, that as we know that Van Gogh, as my government team said, he has been appreciated. He had been appreciated by another artist by making the songs named Starry Starry Night by McDonald, and those kinds of appreciation that you want, like. And then the next rebuttals to the second speaker of the opposition teams. She told me about the level and or the class that can be legalized to shows their arts. As we know that the label, like they only have the copyright to distribute the songs and gain the profit from them, not to make for the arts, not to for the arts, the artists still they're on not about the label. And then the second thing is she told me about the award could get another jobs. Well, as we know that even Agnes Monica didn't need to improve their economic level. For some artists there, their economic is already rich and they're already wealthy. They don't need about that. So there is no correlation between the arguments and the motions. that's the first. That's the rebuttal, the adjudicator, ladies and gentlemen. And then we are going to the argument, ladies and gentlemen. I have 3 points, 3 main points that I would like to show you. The first is there are no objective voting when voting. Because why? Because the voters that came is not from the public, actually. Oscar or Grammy Awards, it came from their academic organizations. So we cannot like seeing who is the best. And can you mention like what's the number for the good actor, what's the number for a good director or editor? Like probably you can mention like 1 and 10, how many. There is no number for that. They just like kind of preference, like what is he like and what she don't like, just like that. She just like it's just like a choice, their choice. There is no number about voting them. And then as we know that if we want to appreciate something or want to make the number one or something, you should have a number, because we try to making a rank, right? And then as we know that's the first. So in these cases, we should change the voting into the public voting. We abolish them, we erase them, the Grammy Awards, the Oscar Awards, by making voting. For example, we have the Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes making the score for the movie. And as we know that Rotten Tomatoes always, honestly, until right now today, because it comes from the public, and the public's just making a ranking like from the scale 1 into the 10. How many scale is this movie? That kinds of appreciations could remarks and could make the sellers of that movie increases. It's not only about the award that you given in that day in the event. And then as we know that because there are no objective, there are so many social justice warriors as we know in the Oscar. There are so many white people got the Oscar, but the black people is not. This is that leads to the discriminations of this award. Because why? Because the voters is only from that organization, for that whole only network, not only from the public, not to get to the public. And that's the first argument. The second argument, as we know that if we only rely on the art award and not focusing into the skills, into the skill set that they have, the impact to the society will be low. Why? Because as we know that art will be appreciated if the society could admit that the art is really, really good. For example, here's in Oscar Awards, Beyonce got the Oscar and Grammy Award, I mean. And then as we know that there are so many songs viral in the TikTok, the publics know about it. If the rhythm is played, you will be dancing through that. It means the public is more like about that song than Beyonce song. Do you know what Beyonce know right now? No, it's Grammy Award, but she got the Grammy Award. How did it works? I mean, and then how can the art can give the impact to the society by the public using them, by the public buying the product, by the public enjoying the product. Don't forget, arts is so many. It's not only talking about the music or a movie. We can like enjoy the painting. We can like enjoy some abstract thing from the art. And as we know that there are so many wrong system and Grammy Award systems. Because why? Because the voters is not from the public. The voters is from the inside of the organization. How can you say that it is really objective if that things? And then, dear educator, the worst case, if we still continues these things until the end of the day, the art and then the artist itself will have low value, will have low quality, because already knows that society is already smart and they can judge and think about this artist is only selling something through this song, selling something through this music, but not for the quality, but not to enjoying the art. And that is really bad, because if we want to compete it with another country, for example, we have to know about the quality, our quality. That's why our movie should go international. But how if we have no quality in that movie? And then the best case scenario, if we trying to continue this public voting as an award, or we just making another appreciations like Magdalene Lin do to Van Gogh, that songs, because the public know, because the public love it, they will spread all over the world, and the art will known as international works. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That's my argument.
Thank you for the speech. The government member spent 7 minutes and 34 seconds. As soon as we call the opposition member, Nadia, 10 is yours.
Test, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
All right, I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, OG went on and on about the dangers of arts awards, but never explained to the audience the alternative and how you're going to replace the platform that art awards give. We can see that art awards give people a big shot to get popular, and they never proved what kind of platform they would want as an alternative. We will prove how art awards are going to bring many benefits while proving how the dangers are still going to be less relevant. How we differ from OO is that we will prove how these artists can show their art to society and to influence their artists. They never proved how exclusive it is on the opposition side, and this is exactly what Closing Opposition will do today. Closing Government went on about how the views on these art awards are not transparent. We acknowledge that a lot of the times they're manipulated and sometimes the views are not transparent, but we still support these art awards because it still gives great benefit, which are influence and diversity, and this is what we're going to explain in our arguments. Other than that, they never explain the alternatives of how they're going to promote influence and diversity, even though they complained about how diversity is going to be wrecked in opposition side of the world. Moving on. Why is it unjust to abolish the art awards in the first place? First of all, we're going to characterize the art industry. Everyone in this debate forgot that the art industry exists. The art awards exist just because of it's an industry. These artists are not people that just want to show off their music or whatever, but they're people that are in a profession. They do this to get money, and everyone forgot about this point. So what are the other characteristics, right? First of all, fans play a big role in how popular the artists are in this industry. The role of social media in popularizing these artists also play a big role, and the big labels are going to have more influence on society itself. And last but not least, this art industry is capitalist. Artists enter this world to make money. Therefore, we cannot ignore the fact that capitalism is still going to play a big role, but we are going to prove how we can combat capitalism by these art awards. First of all, when we abolish art awards, the less popular groups will not have a chance to get to the big stage to collaborate with other equally big groups. This is going to hurt popularity, which in the end is going to hurt their sales. In government's world, when these art awards are abolished, they are expected to give a better and more equal platform for all groups, because there's no more platform, because people are going to be voting and giving rates on what they think about the art itself. But you need to realize that this already exists in status quo, and this is not something that is exclusive to your house alone. Right now, there are rankings such as the Billboard. The Billboard is not an art award. It's rated by how many listens someone gets to. For example, Spotify, they give you the ratings of how many times this song has been listened to by everyone in the world. It's equally quantitative. So even under opposition side of the house, they're still going to be able to have this kind of mechanism to show how much people listen, and it's more quantitative. So moving back to our house, how is it going to be dangerous if we abolish these art awards? It's going to be dangerous because the popularity that you wanted in the first place is going to be damaged. Why is popularity so important in the first place? We need to realize that the art industry is dominated by the Western world. No one else brought this fact inside of this debate, and this is exactly what we're going to prove. The exclusivity of having small artists to go to the top will only be on opposition side, because the art awards itself are the only enabler that we have in this world, so that everyone can get the diversity and everyone can get the influence. For example, we can see that BTS, a Korean group from a very small company in Korea, when they started out with big hit, no one knew them, and the only people that knew them were people in Korea. But over time, they grew, they gained the international influence, and right now they're able to be where they are because of the fact that they have been in the Grammys, because of the fact that people are noticing them, because of the billboards. They have seen this kind of quantitative value, so they are being invited to other shows. This is how a Korean group that went from no one into someone. Parasite, this is the first Korean movie with a Korean director to win an Oscar, and this is a breakthrough in the industry. A movie that is not even in English, winning an Oscar, we can obviously see that this is a breakthrough. And for example, Slumdog Millionaire, this is a Bollywood movie, and this has also won an Academy Award. So we can see how these platforms are enablers to have diverse kinds of arts. No, thank you. Diverse kinds of arts in the world that we live in today. Government might tell you that these are secluded examples. BTS is just an outlier, but you need to understand that these breakthroughs that these groups have brought are exactly what needs to be done to be started, to start revolutionizing the art industry itself. what is the second character of the art industry? It's the heavy Western influence. So by using these platforms, you're going to gain the international exposure. For example, collaboration with Western artists. We can see that Blackpink used to be only in YG, but after they made it big, they are able to collaborate with other, for example, with Selena Gomez, or they even collaborated with Lady Gaga, and this contributed towards their popularity. This is exactly what these art platforms are, these art awards are for, because by these, we can see that they can gain the popularity that they deserve because of the fact that their art is good, their music is good, so that everyone has the chance to listen to them. So again, why is the collaboration with Western artists important in the first place? Because the industry, again, ladies and gentlemen, is Western dominated. People all around the world regard the US as the Mecca of arts. Where do the Grammys come from? The US. Where do the Academy Awards come from? The US. Where do Grammys come from? The US. So what everyone is trying to do is to go to the US to gain validation. The art awards are exactly what are going to bring the validation to these groups, which will in turn open up the chance for these non-Western acts to participate in these big awards. So the problem of representation that we have in our world today is because of the art industry that has been dominantly Western influence, and only by these art awards, this is exactly what's going to open up the art industry to people that are not Western. Government might tell you that there's still a long way to go, and these are just, this is not even a feasible means to get to our goal of having a very diverse art industry. But we want to tell you, we need to understand that this is exactly the first step. This is the first step to make a big step in the long decades of Western dominated world. It's okay if it takes a while, because the progress that we have shown has already been proven enough, steady enough. So the exclusivity of representation and popularity is only going to be on opposition side. Government is going to need to prove how this can be achieved on their side when they erase the art platform, the art awards. But if they fail, then this debate is going to belong to closing opposition. Thank you.
Thank you for the speech. The opposition members spent 7 minutes and 10 seconds to respond to the case we call the government whip. Putri Aulia, time is yours.
Thank you for the opportunity. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to tell you that the art is not just about popularity and award. It is about the beauty of art and the originality of the artist itself. Before I conclude my argument, my partner arguments, I'd like to give a rebuttals from the opposition team that they stated that they are expert in giving the judgment and Academy Award as Academy Award. But ladies and gentlemen, as my partner already told you that the judgment in Grammy or even in Oscar is not only coming from the expert, it is coming from the people that already work in the award system, in the award itself. As we know that when we are talking about the artist, it also has a correlation with the editor, with the director, and everything inside the work of the artist itself. But not all people judging the art is an expert. They're only coming from people who knows the art, not an expert. And we have an objective. We need to be objective in giving a judgment, especially in Grammy and Oscar, which is known as the big award and being famous and known by many people, ladies and gentlemen. And we already acknowledge that Grammy also has a wrong system, and they already admitted it, and they type in on Twitter because the Weeknd say that he wouldn't join Grammy anymore because they have a wrong system and they are being they are mistaken in giving the judgment, and that is why the Grammy already stated that they are mistaken, and they announce it on Twitter, and everybody knows it. So that is why the judgment is not only coming from the expert, and we emphasize here that the judgment should be objective. And also they are talking about the there is no progress in making the art. The opposition believe that when they don't win the award, they wouldn't make a progress in the art. Well, ladies and gentlemen, where is the correlation between the progress and getting the art? Because as we know that when you are an artist and when you are a professional artist, you always have patience and also an ability to make a progress in making the art. It has no correlation, because the award is only a symbol, and also the thing that you get in a form of the thing that you can see. it doesn't make sense when we don't get an award, and so cannot make a progress in our working. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, what we want to emphasize is the abolishment of the award itself has a negative impact for the artist and also for the society, because like what I told you, that it is not objective, and also it doesn't have any correlation for making the art. And also they are talking about the talent contest, which is actually a different thing from the award, and they cannot even distinguish how it can work between the talent contest and the award event. And also the opposition team keep talking about it helps the people to, it encourage people to appreciate the artist. I mean, how on earth do we only appreciate the artist only by giving them a symbol of the award? I mean, the value and appreciation is not worth it when we only give them an award. The value of the artist, when we appreciate it by listening, by watching, and also by giving praise to them, it's not only by giving a symbol, because the symbol itself can be manipulated. And also we already acknowledge that the award is only the thing that you given to the artist is because they have something which is known by many people. But here the art is about the originality and also the quality. Doesn't mean that the people who get the art itself is having good quality. As my partner already said, that Beyonce always get a Grammy, and another artist already acknowledge and recognize that there is something wrong in the system of the award. And as we know that the Grammy or even another award is just about the business. The business doesn't mean it's about money, but business here, when you know someone in the award event and you get the award, means that there is a business, because you have a connection with the people who work in there, such as the Beyonce, that already known by many people, that he always win a Grammy award because he has a connection. She has a connection. And also we're talking about the impact of the abolish itself and how can we replace it. And my partner already told to you how it works, but the opposition team doesn't even mention how can it works when we keep the award exist in the society. And also, ladies and gentlemen, they believe that the award that given to the artist will influence another artist to work better. I mean, is there any proven that people who get award will influence people? Because everyone can get an inspiration and motivation, not only from artists who get the award. Because, ladies and gentlemen, when you are being an artist, I believe that those people will be passionate and motivated to be a better artist, to create a better art, not only coming from the people who get the award, because the award it's just only thing like this, you get this. So this is kind of the appreciation that is given by the event. So will people get inspired and also to influence people to be a better generation? There is no correlation, ladies and gentlemen, because I believe that the people who doesn't give an award, also has a better quality. And also they keep talking that they have a quality because they win the award. We can't compare these two kind of thing because it is different and it is relative, and this is a relative judgment, ladies and gentlemen. And they will always have value because they win an award. I already told you that the value of the art is not only coming from the award. It's not worth it when we only pay the artist by the award itself, ladies and gentlemen. And also they say that it diminishes the popularity of the artist itself when we stop or when we abolish the award event. Well, I don't think that this is a good idea for them, because it sounds like a funny joke for me, because how can it diminish the popularity when people already know who is the person, who is the artist itself, because they are selling their work, they are known for their good work and quality. And also they are talking about a validation and chances, which is can't correlate to the abolishment of the award itself. And the worst case is they keep talking about the appreciation and also influence people and getting popularity. But I believe that even when you don't
even when you are not getting the award, you will be always popular and get an appreciation from people. And also our best case that the award is already proven that is not objective, and also the value and appreciation are not worth it when it's only paid by an award. And we support this motion, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you for the speech. The government whip spans 7 minutes and 41 seconds. To respond to case, we call the opposition whip. Mayla, time is yours.
Okay, I will start. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. I think it was self-explanatory that my partner has already said, and in addition about how the opposition OO said about appreciation, human rights, and influence, and I think I don't have to explain that furthermore. So I would like to just going on in the extension. First, we saying that we saying that this word by not agreeing with this motion, we are giving the future impact for our society, where this film or song in as an artworks will definitely create a better innovation in the far future, like a standard that has been set by our side itself, and how the development of our of the art itself will improve when in the existence of art award. So because of that, this would give the picture of the frame for those people that are want to join this industry. And we think that it's important to again stand this against what the government has already said. And by saying this, it's not, and by saying this improvement is not about about making them feel like they are hampering their progress, but it is much likely making them motivated, because in our side, the existence of this award, it's what makes them motivated and as an inspiration that would makes them want to contribute in our society. And that was what be in my argument letter. But first, I would like to rebut what the government said. They say about the Van Gogh that was died without recognition or so whatever. And they also say about capitalism and human exploitation and how this what makes them become a slave. You have to know that not everyone could makes art. People that makes art is knowing exactly the value of our society, since they pay on the abstract area, then put it into a medium. They are the one who knows how the human exploitation is, since that's the movie titled The Platform exists. They are the one who knows exactly how become a slave of capitalism could look like, since that is why Parasite film movie exists. They are incredible that they could join to this to the art award, or even giving by the society a recognition. Since because of that, even if they are being like what the government said, it is either they let themselves be, or just to play with what the society has bring to them. And then I would move to another, but to the second rebuttal. They say that there is a rotten tomatoes or so whatever, but that would eventually give a lot of impact for those director or those people that are making film. But we have to know that this is not exclusive for them. They need other people that eligible, that have suggestion, or with giving them award itself, making them realize that what they are doing is already being approved. And they also say that we should instead appreciate the skill and elevated those people that making art like their skill or so whatever, and not just giving an award. We said no, giving the award means that you appreciated the whole people that participate in that, even if how small their job are. And from this they would definitely knows how to make a good art would look like. Because of it, they would eventually improving themselves in order to give contribution to our society. The best scenario that the government try to portray us or make the framework in our side is that about the subjective and objectivity, and this is in their worst case scenario would even lead to a discrimination. But we have to see that there is Bong Joon-ho who win the Oscar. This shows you the art is the key, and even if it was subjective, it is not in the area that would make the value of the movie or the songs or the art itself change, but looking and comparing in how the art was made, the message and how it would impact people. Appreciation that the government brings is a bare minimum that they could give in their side. In our side, this movie or films or art that are being nominated could be a sign of change. What makes people learn in how does this movie look would eventually or what does the good movie would even look like. This is already a sign of self-actualization. They already been fulfilled with the existence of this, with the recognitions. But when we bring this to the level of giving them giving them an art award or appreciate their artworks, and in our world that will not just make them being fulfilled, but makes them want to continue in the far future, and not in a short term in making a movie. And also I want to emphasize here that this would eventually not just what makes those people that making art are eventually makes them having this self-actualization or makes them being recognized by other people, but also this would impact our society, because our society, in order to create a structural changes or creating a structural movement, or even to change the stereotypes, they need a certain kind of thing that could make them easily absorb those ideas. And when they are seeing this art award, they are eventually curious why this movie win, or why this is categorized as a good movie, and they will even search for it. And also this art award is a place where people that comes from a different background, different race, different country, and even ideology comes together, gather to celebrate their works, discuss lots of things, and a place you could be inspired. If this would abolish by the government, they would lose a place where within the same interest people could finally in peace. Because of the things that I explained to you before, we are want to make this motion fall. Thank you.
Okay, the opposition whip spans 7 minutes and 34 seconds. That was the end of our debate today. Adjudicator.